I believe by now you have watched the factorization part 1 from the previous video. So now we move on to the factorization part 2 with the 4 terms. So 4 terms, basically it means that it has 4 terms, okay, with the variables and the coefficient here. Here you have 3x plus 6 plus yx plus 2y. So firstly, you need to categorize 2 terms together. So you need to pick 2 terms as a group and the other 2 terms as a group. So in this case, I've actually chosen the first 2 terms as the first group, which is in red. The other 2 terms on the third and the fourth terms, which I've indicated as blue. So what you need to do now is, based on the concept that you have learned in factorization part 1, you can factorize out the 3 from this 3x plus 6. So you are getting 3 in the bracket x plus 2. So 3 times x, you get back your 3x. 3 times 2, you get 6. So this is how you check the answers, yeah? So 3x and 6. So the next term will be yx plus 2y, and both contains the y. So you just pull out the y here, and in your bracket, you are getting x plus 2. Okay, so this is the x plus 2. So now you are having 3x plus 2 plus y x plus 2 in the brackets. So again, based on the concept that we have mentioned in the previous slide, so you are having 3a plus ya here. Since both terms containing the a, what you need to do now is you just pull out the a out, and in the bracket you put 3 plus y. So a multiplied by 3 plus y. So in this case, you are having 3a plus ya. So therefore, x plus 2, you can actually just pull it out, which is corresponding to this a here. And in the other bracket, you can put 3 plus y. So now we'll move on to example 2. 3x minus 4y minus xy plus 12. So in this example, we need to choose 2 terms as one group and the other 2 terms as one group. So if you look at 3x minus 4y, there is no common factor here. So what you need to do now is maybe you can rearrange some of these terms. Okay, so in this case, I have actually bring forward this minus xy to the second term, and I move this minus 4y second term to the third term here. So therefore, I can actually factorize out this x from 3x minus xy. So it becomes 3 minus y. Okay, so x in the bracket 3 minus y. All right, so pay attention to this part here. You have minus 4y plus 12. So therefore, I'll be putting minus 4 since I'll be pulling out the factor of 4 out. Okay, so here in the bracket, I will have y. And since this is actually a negative sign, I need to switch this positive to a negative here. And then when I pull out the 12 from this, when I pull out the 4 from this 12, I'll be getting a 3 inside. So therefore, it becomes y minus 3. Okay, y minus 3. So again, you can do the checking by multiplying this minus 4 into this bracket. So minus 4 times y, you get minus 4y. Minus 4 times negative 3, you get positive 12. Okay, so therefore, I'm not changing the questions. So the next line will be, okay, when you compare this 3 minus y with y minus 3, in fact, they are almost the same, but not quite yet. Okay, so what you need to do now is maybe you can change this y minus 3 into 3 minus y. Okay, so how do you change that? You need to switch the sign here into a positive sign. So when you change this sign into a positive sign, you are actually changing the orientation or the sequence of this value here. So from y minus 3, it becomes 3 minus y. Okay, so when you do this, do a check again. So plus 4 times 3, you still get back your 12 here. Plus 4 multiplied by minus 4, you still get back a minus 4y. So essentially, I'm not changing the question. So now the next step will be, you can actually pull out this 3 minus y out. And therefore, the other bracket, you'll be putting x plus 4. Example 3, xy plus y squared minus x minus y. So I can actually pull out y from the first and the second term. So it becomes y multiply x plus y. And here, I can put a negative. And in the bracket, I try to put this x and y into the bracket. So whenever you put a negative sign here, this term you need to put as a positive. You need to change the sign here. So essentially, you can do a calculation or you can do a double check. So when you use minus x minus y here, so you still get back the same answer when you expand this bracket. So what is so special about this question is that there's no coefficient at the front here. So you can safely assume that there's actually a 1 here. Okay, so whenever you don't see a coefficient here, you can assume there's actually a 1 here. And next step will be, you can pull out this x plus y, and therefore you can put y minus 1 in another bracket, second bracket. Okay, for this example, example 4, x cubed plus x minus 1 minus x squared, I can group these first two terms together, and the final third and the fourth term together. So here, I'll be pulling out the x, and it becomes x squared plus 1. Again, you put a minus, bracket 1, and this minus, you need to change it to positive. Okay, reason being that this is actually a minus sign. So minus plus, it becomes back your minus. This is how you do the checking. So again, we can safely assume that the coefficient at the front here is equals to 1. The next step will be pulling out this x squared plus 1 into the first bracket. And finally, in your second bracket, you can put x minus 1.